the north. That
saying weather lovely, wish you were here, don't necessarily believe them, because the weather is far from lovely. A lot of angry cloud in the Mediterranean, close to that area of low pressure over northern parts of Africa, and some more heavy thundery showers to come there in the next couple of days. Now, closer to home, we've got one area of low pressure that's moving away, but another one that's slipping in towards northwestern parts. And already we have some cloud on the horizon out there on the Atlantic, and a fair amount of cloud across the north of the country as well, as a matter of fact, and the showers are still around in the south. But the showers are now a dying breed. They're beginning to get lighter and much more scattered, but we will keep that rain across that northern part of Scotland, I think, right the way through the night, although it will tend to turn more showery. But the showers further south dying out, skies clearing, and that means to say that as those winds tend to ease off as well, it will end up a fairly chilly night. I think we're going to find temperatures dropping back to around about 4 or 5 degrees, perhaps even as low as 3 degrees, with a touch of ground frost in some of these central areas. But we're also going to find clouds spilling in again to Northern Ireland and the west of Scotland, holding the temperatures up there, and perhaps by the end of the night 1 or 2 spots of rain beginning to get into Northern Ireland as well. And then the process continues in those northwestern parts tomorrow. That's Northern Ireland, the west and north of Scotland. Some showers in northern Scotland to begin with, showers right the way through the day probably in Shetland, where it'll remain fairly windy. But this cloud spilling across as the day wears along, and those outbreaks of rain coming across into Northern Ireland in the morning, into the north and west of Scotland in the afternoon. All other parts of the country, I think, will be dry and fairly bright too, although the sunshine will turn rather hazy as that high cloud spills across, and it may well thicken enough to give a few spots of rain in North Wales and northwest England by the end of the afternoon. But quite warm, lighter winds up to 14 or 15 degrees over most parts of England tomorrow. Temperatures in the cloudier northwestern areas, though, closer to normal, and a little bit of a breeze there, but not as windy as it's been today. For Friday, we keep the northwestern half of the country on the cloudy side with some outbreaks of rain, this heaviest in the north and west of Scotland. Southern and eastern parts, both on Friday and Saturday, warm with some hazy sunshine. And that's all.